I'm sorry about that. I hear that my recording was there was a problem with the audio. What I was saying is, and we'll delete that one and go with this one. What I was saying a while ago was my plea to my fellow South Africans, especially to the Section 9 institution, the Sierra Commission, and all those who care to listen is, they must consider that there was a reason why from the very beginning South Africa declared itself constitutionally a secular state. The founding fathers of our democracy found it necessary that as a nation we declare ourselves a secular state, because they were clever people. They realized the extent to which issues of spirituality can divide a nation, because it is impossible to unite people around personal spiritual conviction. There is a reason why when we sat down as a nation prior to 1994, among the considerations we made was that we do not want to be involved in religion. Religion divides people. Religion has the ability to sustain wars, not for centuries, for millennia. Look at the war in the Middle East. It's a religious war. The war in the Middle East, that's why the United Nations will never solve it. The United Nations has tried to come with political solution. You can never bring a political solution into a religious feud. Religion has power to divide people. And that is why the founding fathers of our constitution did not want to be involved in that regard. And they declared themselves a secular state. And they've given constitutional rights not to groups. Listen, my constitutional right does not have to be institutionalized to be valid. What I'm saying is, I could be the only person who believes what I believe in. As long as I practice it within the confines of the rule of law, no one should dictate to me how I do it. So there is a reason, listen to me, there is a reason why when we considered a lot of political models around the world, we separated state from church, state from religion. And I was saying a while ago, we should not follow examples blindly like what happened in Rwanda. Remember what happened in Rwanda only in 1994, where because of religious influence, the influence specifically of the Catholic Church, 800,000 people perished in 18 months. Now, President Kagame obviously has a bias against religion because of his role he played in the massacre of his people and in the genocide there. So he's clamping down on churches. It's not a result of democracy. There is no way in a true democracy what happened in Rwanda would have happened. As for the stupidity that you would never allow anybody without a degree, theological degree, to be a preacher. You can't venture into that space. You can't say now we must produce a curriculum for ancestral worshippers, a curriculum for initiation school principals. You can't say that, because all that finds embodiment in the personal space of your spiritual convictions. Now, as I was saying a while ago, what has misled Mr. Luva are a group of people hungry for power, who within their own spiritual groups could not even maintain the kind of harmony they think they'll maintain across a diversity of beliefs. Do not forget, there was a reason we're referred to as a rainbow nation, because we did not have to homogenize ourselves to be one, but we had, through our liberal constitution, had to respect the individual rights of diversities and diversified groups. Now, for you to say to me, before you can respect my right to my religion, I have to group myself and I have to have purity, it's stupid. I don't need to be organized around my religion, as long as I'm not breaking the law. I'm saying to you, there is a reason why the constitution was worded the way it was. And that reason has not changed at all. There has not been a single departure from the scenario that gave birth to our religion. We are a diverse nation. Now, let's go back to the examples I made earlier. where we are told that the ZCC church has 11 million adherents. And I question those statistics. There is no way every fifth South African is a ZCC member. But look at the ZCC itself. When the old man, the founder, died, they could not maintain their unity, even if they believed in the same thing. Even if they believed in the same God, they believe in the same creed, they could not maintain that. You know why? Because they were divided by power. Look at the Shembe Church, the Nazareth. Every time a leader dies there, they have to go to court to decide who's the next leader. They don't go to court to dispute constitutional differences and creed and all that. This is proof you can never unite religious people. The longest and the most enduring battles in human history are religious. And that is why when we scribed our present constitution, as a state, we said, we don't want to meddle there. We want the state and religion to be separated. Now, that constitution gave rise and gave birth to Section 9 institutions such as the Cyril Commission, which I maintain is operating outside its constitutional mandate. The Cyril Commission was never given a mandate to unite churches. It was never given the mandate to institutionalize churches. The present move to what Kaluva has started has nothing to do with a constitutional responsibility over religion. Nova, her job was to ensure that individual, cultural, religious, and civic rights are not trampled underfoot. The very ideals she's trampling underfoot now, by cracking down on churches and mixing up her issues and facts and getting false assurance from men who could not even divide, who could not even manage unity within their own beliefs. I made an example this morning of the IFCC. What divided the IFCC? When it transitioned from a fellowship to a federation. You see, as a fellowship there, the IFCC was a group of churches, at Rubert and Theophile Marantz and Ray McCauley and a lot of other people that met around fellowship, international fellowship of Christian churches, to encourage each other, to pray. As soon as Ray and his people said, no, we want to institutionalize this, we're taking the word fellowship and putting federation, the group split. Now, they could not even maintain unity among people who believe the same thing. Now you want them to come with a peer review structure that will take the Methodists, the Anglicans and the Catholics and all that. It's a pipe dream. You are going to start a war. And I'm not threatening, as I said earlier. I'm just a reasonable man. You're going to start a religious war here. 78% of South Africans claim to be some Christian of some sort. Other people are Muslim. That means about 80, if not 85% of our community is religionized. Now, leave it. It's impossible. You can never achieve bringing those people under one umbrella, because first of all, you don't have the mechanism, you don't have the machinery, you don't have the power, you don't have the resources. Stamp out criminal elements from among us. If there is a rapist, you don't have to find what religion they are first before you prosecute them. Prosecute them. If there is a robber, prosecute them. If there is a thief, prosecute them. Your concern with people's religion regarding the crimes they commit now is unconstitutional. Don't forget what I said last week. Omotozo is not on trial because he's a preacher. Omotozo is not on trial because he's a Christian. Omotozo is not on trial because he's a so-called foreigner. He's on trial because there are allegations of rape against him. Do that and leave religion out of it. Right now, last week, there was a fierce battle in Zirbekom. People from the IFCC, they believe the same thing. They wear the same uniform. But they killed each other brutally just outside their church premises. What about the recent killings in mosques around the country? Those are people who believe the same thing, divided by power hunger. You cannot achieve the impossible. That is why our constitution said, leave religion alone and separate it from the state. That's what I wanted to say.